We are about 5 days away from Chicago Bears football, guys, and I know it's been a long awaited, and I am so excited for the season to get started. There's so many headlines, so many storylines specifically, especially revolving around the Chicago Bears. Could not be more excited to see Caleb Williams in action along with Rome Odunze and all the offensive talent that we've got. And what better way to start off this, season than face against the Tennessee Titans? And what's up, guys? Welcome back to So Back Sports, and I'm so back with another video. And I'm going to be doing a quick prediction and a little bit of my thoughts on this matchup against the Tennessee Titans. But before we get into today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to the channel, and it really helps me create content like this for you guys. So please subscribe. Anyways, some key headlines to take into account is Caleb Williams is making his debut, and this time it will count because this is his second home appearance, first being against the Cincinnati Bengals, which he absolutely performed in the second quarter of that game. And we're going to be taking a look at the offense and how the wide receivers will look, with two wide receivers that we either got from via trade and we retained from last year in DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, both having 1,200 yards this past season. And Rome Odunze was our 9th pick in the NFL draft, and we're going to be getting an insight into how Shane Waldron is going to scheme for the Chicago Bears. And this time Caleb Williams is finally going to be playing against the starters, and especially against a really tough defensive line. And to talk a little bit about the Titans, this is no team to really snark at or be overconfident about. This is not the Panthers. This is not like a bottom feeder team. This is a team that's trying to compete in the AFC South, which is also a pretty stacked division. And some players to watch out for on defense on the Titans side is Awuzie, L'Jarius Sneed, who they got via trade, McCreary, Jeffrey Simmons, who's a dog, Tavondre Sweat, who is their rookie nose tackle, and Kenneth Murray. And the Titans have some veteran signings as well, with a new head coach in Brian Callahan. They're a very sneaky team. They also added Denard Wilson from the Baltimore Ravens, who was their linebackers coach and is now currently a rookie defensive coordinator. So from Mike Vrabel and their whole offensive and defensive staff, they've completely took a very different turn and added Brian Callahan and Denard Wilson. So we're going to have to expect a lot from this Titans defense, and this is going to be a good test for Caleb. It's not too tough of a team to face. It's not even too easy of a team. This is going to be the tone setter for the season. And the Chicago Bears at this point have to be on our A game. We cannot get blown out by the Green Bay like how we did against the Green Bay Packers last year in the first game of the season. This game will set the tone for how well we do the rest of the season. I heard a stat as well that since 2002, a rookie quarterback has not won a game, their first game in the NFL. Will Caleb Williams, break that curse or break that trend? We shall see. And, our defense is really solid as well. We have especially from the last season when we had a top 10 defense in the second half when we got Montez Sweat from the Commanders. And the big question is, how will the rest of the defensive line hold up, and how will they contribute to how Sweat is going to be doing? So the defense also has to step up, and that also comes down to scheming. Eberflus has to be on his A game, has to make sure that they have the foot on the gas as much as possible, get to the quarterback. And I don't have any problems with our cornerbacks and our linebackers. It's only the D-line that I have real concern over, but it's not too much to the point where it's alarming. And you got to also to keep in mind that the Titans also have some weapons as well. They have Ridley and Boyd as well that they've gotten via free agency. Some running backs they have to consider are Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears. So, and considering that Hopkins is also out for the first couple of weeks of the NFL season, this should be pretty manageable for the defense. And the linebackers that we have are Montez Sweat and DeMarcus Walker, along with Edmonds and Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards, which they've been pretty solid all throughout last year. So At the end of the day, it really all depends on how we do. It really depends on how Shane Waldron coaches and schemes. We have to be really aggressive when it comes to facing the Titans. We cannot left any stone unturned when it comes to, man coverage. We cannot let the foot off the gas. That's the main thing about this team. How it was last year with Justin Fields and that offense, and we were facing the Green Bay at home. It was pure embarrassing because we did not feel like we came out to play. We did not show up. We had very poor offensive scheming. A lot of the plays happened behind the line of scrimmage and ended up being a gain for loss as well. And in addition, we have to also look into the offensive line. And I know that the defensive line, as I mentioned earlier, for the Tennessee Titans is really good. So the offensive line has to be on their A game as well. We saw a little bit of how well they were able to hold up and allow Caleb Williams to get time in the pocket. We have Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins, and Darnell Wright, who are seem to be healthy according to the unofficial depth chart or for the Chicago Bears. How well can they hold up to this Titans defense? And a healthy offensive line obviously is going to be very swell times for Bears fans. So some key takeaways and thoughts. Pretty much come out slinging and making sure that the defense keeps second guessing for the Tennessee Titans. I think that's the main first goal for the Chicago Bears. Make it very tough on Will Levis. Make it very tough on the defense because that's the only way you can set the tone for the season. Because this game, while it may seem it's like not necessarily like a division game where the high stakes are very high, it just sets the tone for the upcoming season. It's not an easy cakewalk of a win either. Titans have a lot of things they want to prove, especially with the division as stacked as theirs. We both have stacked divisions with the NFC North and the AFC South. So come out proving that you want to be here and you want to win this game. Pretty much defensively, get to the quarterback, pretty self-explanatory, do your best to do so. See how Austin Booker ends up playing, and if he shows out to be pretty good, hey, maybe that acquisition near the trade deadline won't be even necessary. And then closing out the game. I cannot stress enough how we blew a lot of games last year. That cannot be the case this year. If the game comes down to the wire, we need to close it out. And this is a good learning experience for Caleb if it does come to that point, because we tend to have a lot of bad clock management and, utilizing timeouts at the wrong time and bad turnovers near crunch time situations. We need to really mitigate and get rid of those errors and play mistake-free football at the end of the day. Anyways, enough being said, I want to do a score prediction. I think that Caleb Williams is going to have a great debut, throwing over 250 passing yards, 3 touchdowns in short yardage situations, and maybe even a pick because for the early football game jitters. So at the end of the day, in terms of the Bears winning, I have the Bears winning pretty much, and the score is going to be 31-14, pretty decisive win. And yeah, that's about it for today's video. If you like this prediction, if you like the videos I've been making, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we're just trying to get to that point. So please hit that like and subscribe button. Follow the journey. I'm really excited for this NFL season. And yeah, that's about it for today's video. And I'll see you guys after this game and in the next one.